Very well. Again, another episode on Diwali. Now, I did not get an episode yesterday. I would want to apologize for that, but really busy in Diwali and lots of things happening around, so could not dedicate time for you guys. I'm really sorry for that. But today we've got some really unbelievable news for you guys. So you guys have to believe me. Vlahovic to Arsenal. I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. So, Albert Sambi Lokonga has been named in the Belgium squad for their upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Congratulations to Sambi. But more importantly, we'll talk about Sambi's recent interview. It's an eye-opening interview. We'll talk about that, all right? So let's talk about Kieran Tierney. Now, Arteta has given his verdict on Tierney's fitness. He says, Tierney has been training the last 2 days. He is feeling much better, so hopefully he will be available. He has done bits with the team, but he is not fully trained yet. So in the next 2 days, we will see how he is and where his fitness is. And talking about the competition between Tierney and Nuno Tavares, Arteta says, hopefully we can have more of those dilemmas. So we have top players performing at the top level in many positions because that only raises the quality, the standards, and the performances of the team. And Arteta on Sambi stepping into Xhaka's role, Arteta says, Sambi has shown a really quick adaptation, a lot of intelligence in his game and courage. He is a player that is constantly trying to affect the game in the right way. Well, Arteta on if Ramsdale should be England number one, he says, I'm really happy for him to see him back there in the squad. And the rest is a decision that Gareth and the coaching team has to take. What Aaron has to do is keep performing at that level and be humble. So now we're going to talk about Sambi Lokonga, ladies and gentlemen. So Lokonga says, after a few months in England, I feel more and more comfortable, even though I'm not yet at my best. I had my doubts that the Premier League was the best league in the world, but now that I'm here, I'm convinced of it. Everything is bigger here. I was particularly amazed by the quality of the pitches. Then there is the quality of the opponents. It really is the best. Talking about a difficult start to the season, Lokonga says, it was a difficult time for the players. We were very criticized after these 3 matches. We had to be strong in the head and continue to believe in ourselves. Great to see that. Supreme to see that. And Gareth Southgate on Ramsdale says, we were impressed with what he did with us this summer. He started well with Arsenal. We are pleased with how he's doing. His distribution with his feet is a bonus for how they play. Aaron and Sam Johnston are definitely providing competition to Jordan. And talking about the injury, well, here's the update about Kieran Tierney, left ankle. Kieran sustained bruising to his ankle. He's being assessed ahead of Sunday's match. And Granit Xhaka, well, right knee. Granit is aiming to be back in full training early in the new year. Crazy stuff. So also one more thing, no Emil Smith-Rowe in the England squad, already mentioned in my community tab. So no Emil Smith-Rowe, and that is a very difficult, and I think I'm fine. I'm really happy that Smith-Rowe does not make it in the top squad, because the reason that was given was that they have already a lot of backup players, so they don't need a player like Emil Smith-Rowe now. But let's see what happens. By the way, Aaron Ramsdale has been nominated for the Player of the Month award for his fantastic performances. Go and vote for him. Please go and vote for him. And Martin Keown on Arsenal says, it now feels like the team is starting to click into gear. The manager has found the players he can trust, starting with the keeper and the back four playing really solid. Already mentioned before that according to Kaya Kainak, Arsenal are set to take up an option to extend the contract of Daniel Ballard. He was set to leave on a free when his existing deal expired in the end of the season. Keen to avoid losing such a highly rated talent for nothing, Arsenal Academy manager Pierre Mertesacker and Edu have moved to ensure that they trigger an option to extend Ballard's contract for a length believed to be 2 years to protect his value. Fantastic idea. And talking about ideas, Takehiro Tomiyasu on his move to Arsenal says, the deal was made just in time. I thought I would move to Tottenham, but then the talks broke down at the last minute. There was no talk about moving to Arsenal at all until the 30th of August, soon after the deal was done. I'm glad that it happened. So, talking about other stuff as well, Arsenal duo William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi both have been named in the Ligue 1 Team of the Week for the third consecutive week. Unfreaking believable. They're freaks. They're freaks of nature. Also, under 21 Team of the Month, Europe's top 5 leagues, Aaron Ramsdale and Emil Smith-Rowe are in whoscored.com under 21 team of the month. And that, my friend, is really, really astonishing. Of course, why not? Let me know, do you guys agree with this? I love that. I love that. So let's talk about more different stuffs. Now, the reality. Gianluca Di Marzio posted this on his website that Arsenal and Vlahovic initial agreement with Fiorentina but not with the player. Arsenal have agreed a deal with Fiorentina. Well, the report says that Arsenal are willing to make a major financial sacrifice to get the Serbian, but the player's agents prefer to wait for now. Fiorentina met Arsenal to talk about Dusan Vlahovic. Barone and Prade have been in London in recent days to understand the intentions of Arsenal. But if there seems to be an initial understanding between the clubs, there is not one with the player and his agents, with whom, for the moment, there is a distance, a sign of the willingness to wait to consider more important offers, perhaps even in June. A situation that would put Fiorentina in difficulty, which would like to close as early as January to plan for the future and find a replacement as soon as possible. The main idea is always that of Domenico Berardi with Sassuolo, who, however, will not make discounts on the price tag. So, Arsenal have agreed initial agreement with Fiorentina for Vlahovic. How big of a news is this? For me, it's a very big news. Let me know what do you guys think about it. I just love to see that. Dusan Vlahovic is a very good hard-working player. Talking about one of the Arsenal players, Dinos Mavropanos has admitted that he could imagine leaving Arsenal on a permanent basis. He spoke to Bild about it. He says, "Of course I can imagine that. But we have to wait and see. For me, everything is perfect at the moment, the club and the city." I think, yeah, that's gonna go, but let's move on. So Guillaume Bayag has said that Newcastle United are interested in ex-Arsenal transfer target Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Well. He spoke on Radio 5 Live. He says, "I hear from Atletico that Newcastle are really interested in signing Trippier and they have started negotiations with his people. I'm not sure if they will get him or not." Well, very well. So, Mikel Arteta has made some Antonio Conte claims. Now, he's spoken about Antonio Conte. He says, "It is incredible, yes, when you think there are many more who are at the top world-leading managers. But I think that it is incredibly positive for our league because it raises the level as it brings new ideas. The competition will be even harder." Well, moving on. So, Mikel Arteta has spoken about his verdict about should Emil Smith Rowe, should have been in the team or what for England. Arteta says, "I think he should be happy if people are gutted or people are questioning any decision because that tells you the level that he is playing at. Like anything that has happened in Emil's career, it will come when it is the right moment because we don't know if now is the right moment. Gareth knows much better than us to judge about the role that he could have in that team, and he has decided that it is not the right moment. I am sure that it is a very thoughtful process and a right decision." Well, moving on. Barcelona target, who's of course an Arsenal target as well, Raheem Sterling. They have some reservations with Raheem Sterling's recent fitness problems, but Patrick Vieira is the right man for the job in the future, says David Seaman. Speaking of the Seaman Says podcast via HITC, David Seaman said, "Yeah, I think that if Guardiola leaves City, could Vieira be in line for his job? Could be a plan. Would Arsenal be looking at that situation as well? Patrick is proving that he knows what he is doing. He does not get too irate. He is disappointed with those last-minute equalizers, but you have definitely seen an improvement in Palace. And it is not like a load of players who have gone in there. He has made the players that are already there so much better, and that is a good sign." That is actually a very good sign, but... Moving on, Alex Ishak has opened the door for him to leave and come at the Premier League at one point of time. He says, "I'm in a good place at the moment. I'm very happy. But one day it would be nice to play in England as well. They have 6 or 7 of the biggest clubs in the world. It is a very high level, and of course one day it would be an alternative. Every player wants to be the best version of themselves and reach the highest possible level. I have expectations for myself that I'm trying to fulfill, so we'll see where the journey takes me in future." If you remember the previous game, Arsenal versus Leicester, Mark Lawrenson had said that Arsenal will be losing to Leicester City, and Paul Merson said Arsenal would get a draw. Well, here's Mark Lawrenson's update, or rather Mark Lawrenson's advice on what he thinks, what will happen for Arsenal versus Watford. He says, I was wrong about Arsenal last week too. Aaron Ramsdale made some brilliant saves to keep Leicester out, but the Gunners played well and deserved their win. It seems Mikel Arteta's side have found the consistency they have needed for a long time, while Watford remain hugely up and down under Claudio Ranieri. Good luck to anyone predicting how they will do. Now seriously, good luck. Good luck to them how they. With this, I'd like to end this episode. What do you think? Should Arsenal actually sign Dusan Vlahovic? Let me know in the comments. For me, yes. Very hardworking player, but we don't know what kind of price tag are we talking. Let's see what happens. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe. And once again, Happy Diwali.